then, this is a quick walk around video, and it will be quick because it's just starting to rain, which is a real pain. This is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre SE 2013, as you can see here, finished in passion red, which looks absolutely stunning on the car. This car also benefits from the lovely side steps and rear spoiler. Subtle, but they add real presence to the car. The car's covered 77,000 miles with a full service history all the way through. I apologise because it's just starting to rain, but I've got to finish the videos. The front of the car is really clean. Bonnet hardly exhibits a stone chip anywhere. There will be the odd minor one here or there, but they are very few and far between. Near side of the car, very clean and tidy. Near side front alloy, one takes all of the bashing, nothing there at all. Looks absolutely fantastic on the car. Near side rear alloy, again in lovely condition. My favourite angle when you've got the spoilers of these and the side steps, it just adds a real presence to the car. And around the back, again lovely and clean. Offside, driver side, again absolutely clean on the panels. There'll always be the odd little mark, so I'm trying to pick up what I can. Offside rear alloy, again absolutely superb. And then final alloy, again absolutely lovely. I mean, it is a very handsome looking car in lovely condition. And I apologise for sort of rushing around a little bit when trying to do it before it gets absolutely soaked. Coming into the boot of the car now, enormous boots, and it's been kept absolutely beautifully back here. So coming into the back of the car, absolutely amazing amounts of leg room. And given the fact that these are family cars and they're normally absolutely battered in the back where the kids have been, this one is in beautiful condition back here. So coming to the front and the passenger side, again lovely and clean. Seat again in super condition. So finally come in on the driver's door card, again all very clean and tidy. So inside the car now, engine's running through sections to the dash can be seen illuminated, which looks pretty much as new in all honesty. It's in absolutely beautiful condition in here. If we go up to the main dashboard binnacle, hopefully you can see just the fuel light currently on. 77,440 miles and no warning lights apart from the fuel light there, but it is in absolutely lovely condition in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V, and it's a 2-litre petrol SE. This particular car is registered ND13 HYB, and with a mileage of 77,435 miles currently recorded. The reason for doing these videos is very simple indeed. It's basically so anyone that's looking at our cars online in the adverts actually gets to see the very car advertised in operation. The reason we feel it's important is because we know to our cost just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which, whilst it can look very good in the photographs and the description provided, can often have a fault which shows up while test driving the car. Sorry, that's another of our CR-Vs about to be delivered, so I'll have to rush back in a second. So that's, yeah, essentially that's why we do it. It's also done on these very quiet country roads, so, and this forms part of the road test route any prospective buyer would go on, so hopefully then it'd be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car in question, engine starts instantly, of course, as it always do, and settles to completely smooth and even idle. No warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Just a low fuel light currently on the vehicle, illuminated, but obviously a bit of fuel in and that will soon extinguish. The engines are absolutely brilliant. It is everything I love about Honda. Mechanically, it's so sweet, the engine. Hard to believe it's a 4-cylinder because it's so lacking in vibration. Very quiet in operation as well, very flexible, very economical, and being a Honda, incredibly long lasting and reliable. They are wonderful units. Cam chain driven, of course, no cam belts to worry about on Honda cars, so no huge service looming on the vehicle, but it sounds exactly as it would have done when it was new. It's so sweet. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect. Bike points exactly where it's meant to be. Gearbox, simply fantastic. Positioning the gear levers, perfect. Elbow rests on the armrest here, hand falls naturally to it. It's the perfect height. Honda put a lot of thought into these things, but the quality of the gear shift is absolutely sensational. Short and throw, it's precise, it's got a weightiness to it, it's mechanical feeling, although it is a cable, of course, as most are now these days. But I say Honda put a lot of time and effort into making this feel good, and this feels exactly as it would have done when it was new. Steering of the car, really positive and accurate. It's, it isn't a sports car. I'm not going to pretend it is, but it is very nice to use. It's nicely weighted. It makes the chassis kind of flow through the corners really well. It's exactly what you want. It also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at all at this speed or any up to the legal limit. So all in good order there. Chassis of the vehicle, what I'm looking for on road test is any kind of nasty thunks that come through the car. There's a particularly nasty bump about to come up there, and that's the one that shows anything. There's nothing on it. It's absolutely as tight as a nut. It really is. The chassis also gives you, through corners like that, very flat cornering. There's not a huge amount of body roll going through the corners, which is what a lot of SUVs suffer from. And don't believe what car magazines say, because they push them to extremes where most sane people wouldn't drive them like that, especially with their sort of family in the car. It's perfect, absolutely perfect for normal everyday family use, and it offers a wonderfully compliant ride with the vehicle as well. Just going to give the brakes a bit of a shove. That's a nice solid brake pedal on the car. There's no kind of nasty rumblings, there's no vibrations or pulsing coming back through the brake pedal at all, so all in fine fettle there as well. Coming to the interior of the vehicle, first things first, it's not been cleaned in here, but it's in lovely condition, and they are brilliantly put together cars. Not a squeak or a rattle from the interior, which is common for these. I don't mean they're common to have them, it's common for them not to have them. As I always point out on the CRV videos, it is to my eternal frustration that car magazines still, for no apparent reason, think that build quality is squidgy plastics and heavy sounding doors. Well, this sounds nicely put together, when you shut the doors it's nice and thunky, but what it gives you is, after many years of ownership, 8 years of ownership, still feels like new inside in terms of the structure of the car. And the same can't be said for lots of its so-called rivals of a sort of premier standard. But it's also a lovely place to sit. Dashboard simplicity itself, everything's working exactly as it should. You've got a dual zone climate control system. We put it into a nice warm workshop and check the air's come out nice and cold, and it does on the vehicle. Switch gear quality is absolutely superb. It's beautifully damped, beautifully manufactured. Dashboard in front, simplicity itself, all the information you need is there, nicely presented. Temperature gauge, by the way, now I've been running for a while, running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda car, by the way. Steering wheel, lovely and small in diameter, leather bound, feels absolutely great in hand. It really does. Somehow makes the car feel even more manoeuvrable than it actually is. They are very manoeuvrable, but it sort of adds to that sensation, if you like. Nicely equipped car as well, by the way. Auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control. It's got lots and lots of stuff on there. And all working exactly as it should as well. Said at the start of the video, it is only brief. It's only to show the car in operation. We've been selling Hondas for nearly 3 decades now, and I used to work at the Honda main dealer in Bristol, so we know them very well indeed. So if there was something obvious that showed up while driving the car, you know, we generally know about it, and there's nothing at all. It drives, I couldn't separate it from a very, very low mileage one. It absolutely feels as tight as a drum in every single way. As always though, if you've got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.